Hi guys, this is Amari and I deleted the 2-minute intro for this video on accident, so I'm just gonna record it like this for now. I'm making empanadas and tostones. I got these comments a while back to make them. I just never got around to it until about right now. This isn't a part of that series I'm doing right now though, where I cook something from every country. I'm going back to the subscriber suggestions temporarily because I'm trying to make sure I'm caught up on all those before I start doing something else. Enjoy the video. I generally don't remember the last time that I had empanadas or anything fried in general, so I decided that I was gonna bake these, but I'm kind of using recipes from a bunch of different sources. So I'm using like a different recipe for the filling and a different recipe for like the dough, which is what I'm making right now. I'm gonna make sure I have the ingredients up in the top left corner per usual for everything that I make. But for these, I ended up just frying them because I remember, wait a minute, I'm making tostones. We're gonna make sure we use warm water in these, by the way, and that isn't random. It changes how the dough behaves in like a few ways. It's gonna help our oil and fat blend in more smoothly, and it's gonna make this easier to work with because warm water hydrates dough faster, and it's gonna give us like a really nice soft and tender texture. And we absolutely do need to let that dough sit for an hour before we actually go through with, filling them and making the empanadas. So in the meantime, we're gonna make our filling just so it'll be cooled down by the time the dough is ready. I'm just gonna put my beef in a pan, but not turn it on yet. And then I'm gonna chop up my onion and then have a bell pepper. And don't forget to season your meat, by the way. I'm just gonna do some basic salt, pepper, cumin, some adobo seasoning that I have, some garlic powder, just the basics. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, I'm Amari and I really like cooking and showing other people. So if you ever need some ideas or you wanna know how to make something like really random, just check me out. I'm here at least twice a week. Well, for the most part. We're gonna go ahead and brown the ground beef now. Normally when I'm cooking with any fatty meat, so like ground beef or pork, I don't put any oil or anything in the pan. I just kind of let it cook in its own juice and just render out its own fat. That sounded kind of weird, or at least my explanation sounded weird, but just know that makes sense. Also, it's still throwing me for a loop a bit how fast everything seems to be going for me on my YouTube channel. I never expected that so many people would want to watch me cook or just do anything in general. But I do remember saying to myself that if I ever hit 500 subscribers, I would really lock in and finally buy a camera and start editing. And we're almost there. We're almost at 400, which is crazy. Now at this point, we're gonna go ahead and start cooking our onion and bell pepper, but make sure that beef is drained. Nobody wants soggy dough. We're just gonna cook until the onions are translucent and there's no liquid left in the bottom because we don't want it to be soggy.
This is a plantain, not a banana. Some people say plantain. I also say plantain normally, but I saw online that I shouldn't say that, so I'm not going to say it right now. This is way more starchy than a banana, and it's light sweet, especially when they're green like this. But when you're going to fry them, you want them hard, and you want to find the most greenest one as you possibly can. This is huge though, it's like the size of my head. Oh yeah, and a banana would get pretty mushy if you decide to cook it, and these pretty much keep their shape.
So apparently cutting these up is pretty easy. You just gotta make sure you slice off the top and the bottom and score it down the middle and peel it. Where I had some difficulty was literally just me trying to peel it because I didn't want to score too deep and cut into the plantain itself too much. Yeah, I don't remember what my process was, just ignore me. But on the other hand, I finished my thesis and I'm getting ready for graduation. So I'm glad that this all is going to be over with finally, and I'll have more time to do videos for fun like I want. But oh wait, I gotta get a full-time job. And good luck with that though. It's hard out here, real hard. My word of advice to everyone right now is literally don't leave your job. I'm sorry about how much you hate it and how annoying everyone you work with is and how useless it can feel sometimes and how hopeless you can become, but don't leave your job unless you already have something lined up. It is taking forever to find literally anything. I spent months trying just to find a part-time job, and that's when I started this YouTube channel. I started this channel literally to give myself structure. So now it's time to go ahead and start shaping our empanadas themselves. This is pretty straightforward. If you see me make bread before, way simpler process. But honestly, no one talks about how labor intensive the entire process is. Oh my god. When I really get to the part of me cooking, you're gonna understand this a little bit more because I'm making 15 empanadas. And I don't have anything big enough to cut a bigger empanada size out with, so I'm just gonna use this jar lid. This is almost the exact same thing that I do when I make biscuits. I use this same jar lid every time. I'm not too good at shaping bread though, but I'm pretty good at shaping my biscuits. And now we're going to begin the process of basically filling up our empanada. We're going to put half of the filling on one side and sprinkle some cheese on top and on the bottom, and then just fold it over, and we're going to seal it shut with a fork. If you've been to New York before, I kind of feel like empanada mama right now. Like these would be perfect to have ready at home when I came back from like the club or class or just like work and whatnot. It's so just perfect size. Whoever invented these, I thank you. And once I finally got done frying them all, I made one giant one, and we're gonna struggle to cook that one. But here we go, we got a lot, and I'm gonna stick these in the oven and go straight over to frying these plantains. I can't decide on the pronunciation, but I saw online that I should just cook them on both sides until they're golden brown for 3 minutes. And then after that, just mash them with a jar and fry them again for another 2 or 3 minutes on each side. Now I'm gonna let everything cool down a bit on my rack. And there go our empanadas and tostones. Woo! It's finally time to nibble, and I have like 3 discussion posts due in about an hour, but the show must go on. I must appease my fans. Here's the plate. Okay, I'm gonna have one bite out of this one. I doubt there's gonna be a cheese pull at this point. I'm satisfied. I'm very satisfied. Let's see if I can get a cheese pull. No. That's fine. It's whatever. These were good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and try this. So part of the reason that I made these tostones was because these are something I know I don't normally like. Like I knew up front. And I feel like I've had a really long run of me only making things that I knew I'd probably like. So this just felt like something that would probably break that. The one time I didn't like them though was when my friend made them when we were living in Spain, and he put like this sauce on them, and it was really good. But I didn't make any sauce or anything. I wasn't thinking about it. I just wanted this done. Well, I think I'm kind of indifferent. I don't hate this. I really don't hate this at all. I feel like this would be good with barbecue sauce, but specifically whatever barbecue sauce is on those Lay's chips. I think I will give these like maybe a 7 out of 10, but I will give the empanada an 8 out of 10 because delish. I'm the real empanada mama. But anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll see you guys on Monday. And don't forget to like and subscribe and watch my other videos.